She'd heard people say loneliness is quiet, but for her, it wasn't. It was the sound of the kettle clicking off, the soft tick of the clock, and pages folding under her fingers. And underneath it all, the quiet hum of her own mind, the ones she didn't usually hear over the noise of the day, all the sounds that live in the background of yourself, until the room goes still, and suddenly, there they are.
On Wednesday recorded the worst air quality among major global cities, according to Monitor IQ Air. It comes one day after schools and kindergartens in the Iranian capital were forced to shut for at least 4 days due to the severe pollution. Authorities have also exempted many employees from attending government offices, according to state television. For more on this, we can cross live to Tehran correspondent Saeed Azimi. Saeed, this means that Tehran was effectively the most polluted city in the world, at least for a moment. Tell us more about the situation there.
Well, we have always had pollution, especially in Tehran, Karis, but I never recall in my life Tehran being the most polluted city in the world. That is certainly a milestone that they have achieved through negligence and mismanagement. The situation is very dire.
As she finally arrived and put the keys down, the silence of the house rushed in. A cool breeze slipped through the open window, and the damp air let her lungs open. Outside, the water moved slowly, unbothered, as if time meant something different here, and for a moment, her body believed it. Her shoulders dropped, her breath deepened, and everything felt strangely enough.
Setup. This is the domain, this is an obstacle, and this is the fluid. So let me explain a few things first. Let's just bake this simulation as it is with the default settings, and then let's take a look. So this is the default simulation where fluid volume is created. So in order for our blending to work properly,
She was born on a rainy autumn morning, so when she woke to the sound of rain, something in her softened. And all of a sudden, she felt like making a fall-flavored sourdough. And without thinking too much about it, she poured the fresh yeast into the flour. The kitchen air filled slowly with the smell of cinnamon and ginger, while flour dusted the counter and rain tapped soft and steady outside. Her hands moved through the dough, pressing and folding. It felt warm, dense, alive. There was no rushing. Making sourdough for her was a practice in slowness. She knew she had to wait. She knew the dough would rise when it was ready. Maybe that was what her hands needed to remember, that making something real takes the time it takes, and maybe creativity was the same. As she lifted the lid, warm steam brushed her face, and the smell of yeasty cinnamon bread filled the kitchen. It was the kind of smell that makes waiting for it to cool down feel impossible. So she didn't. She cut into the loaf right there, still warm. She stepped onto the balcony with her breakfast. Cool air on her skin, damp quiet, and waves rolling below. At first, she thought she'd come here to have room to think. But maybe what she was really doing was letting everything she'd been carrying finally catch up. So this month didn't change anything dramatically. It just gave her enough quiet to hear herself again. But sitting there with warm bread in her hands, she noticed something small. Maybe real change doesn't arrive on demand. It comes slowly, like dough rising when it's ready. And maybe that was the reminder she actually needed. The things that take longer, move slower, and ask for patience are often the ones worth waiting for.